The data shows it, the comments confirm it. Throughout this channel, there's one aquarium I've built that you guys just absolutely love. Now, I've tried to deny it. I've tried to sway you by rescaping this aquarium. I've tried to create new aquascapes to maybe move your attention somewhere else. But every single time this aquarium comes up on video, the comments section goes crazy. So today's video is all about Dragon Valley 1.0. That's right. Sit back and relax, gloat a little if you want to, but you guys have forced me to do another video on this aquarium. So the mystery aquarium in the thumbnail is Dragon Valley 1.0. She's a little dark. Let's take a look. Now, by a little dark, I don't mean it's like demonically possessed or something. What I mean is it's shadowed. You really can't see too much, and the plants, they may be starting to suffer if I don't fix it soon. We've got an overgrowth of red root floaters. Now, oddly enough, as close as they are to the light, they are not red. But this is a Hygger light that's being used, and while, as you can see, it grows plants tremendously well, it doesn't quite have enough lumens, I think, to really turn those red roots, well, red. The other reason that they're not red is because there's probably a very high nitrate level in here, and red root floaters go best red, if that makes sense, when there's no nitrates. Now, in case you forgot what is in this aquarium, or if you're new to the channel, this aquarium was Dragon Valley 1.0, and it looked like this when I first built it. Now it looks like this. It's been through a couple of rescapes, and this is the most current one. So, starting from the bottom and moving to the top, we have an S. repens carpet. Come on, camera, work with me here. We have an S. repens carpet here that is finally decided to carpet, so that's good news. You can see that it is plentiful with Anubias. I guess a bountiful Anubias wouldn't be very proper English. Anyway, there's an abundance of Anubias. That's what I was trying to say. Some other cool little plants here. Various Bucephalandras. You can see one hiding over here on the right-hand side, that little purpley one. We got some mini Anubii or Anubias plants in there. Going to be hard to really see anything else with this big, massive Alternanthera reniki that's literally growing out of the top of the water here. Other things breaking the surface of the water is the Pentatophyta, because Pentatophyta just takes over whenever it is, well, put in anywhere. So you've got Pentatophyta everywhere. My favorite corner, you really can't see, this is the Anubias Peak. We got some beautiful Anubias species here. But I think it's browny purple if I remember correctly. But you can't see any of it because it is just shadowed by this massive clump of red root floaters. And speckled throughout the aquarium here, if I can zoom in slow enough, you're going to find little pieces of Monte Carlo. This entire aquascape was pretty much covered, the dragonstones that is, with Monte Carlo that was grown epiphyte style. And I guess I didn't get all of it when I stripped it out of there because there's still some in there. First thing we got to do here, we got to get this mess cleaned up. I know, how dare I call this beautiful clump of red root floaters a mess, but it really is kind of a mess. I mean, it's literally grown over top of the immersed Pentatophyta, as is apparent its mission is to soak up all the light. And that's how much red root floater is in the bucket. It's a lot more than it really looks like. That thing is massive. Don't really know what to do with it. Oh, I know what I'll do with it. We can toss it in the 75-gallon Nanofish Paradise. Hey, here's a real quick sneak peek on an upcoming video. This is going to be the next maintenance session that we do. I don't know, some may say it doesn't need any maintenance. There's your sneak peek. Red roots going in here. Alright, that's a little bit better, but it's still severely overgrown, mainly with the Pentatophyta and the Alternanthera reniki. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get my hands in here and I'm going to start ripping out Pentatophyta. I will give you guys this view as I do that and see if we can shed some light on things, literally. Okay, starting over here on the right, we literally just kind of grab it and pull, and we should pull, well, oh my goodness. Pull the rock apart is apparently what we're gonna do. Oh, that's the thing with Pentatophyta. Boy, once it grabs hold, that's it. See, now we had a little piece of Anubias on there as well. I don't know if you can see that in the kind of low light situation we got here. But I'll set this aside, we'll fix it. Oh, Pentatophyta, what a love-hate relationship I have with you. Alright, let's see if we can get it out of this area here without tearing up all the Anubias and the beautiful Bucephalandra that's there. I thought I could just grab it and rip it out, but apparently I cannot, as it is intertwined with all of the other plants. So plan B is to be selective when pulling. All right, have you guys had your fun watching me pull on Pentatophyta yet? I think we're gonna cut scene to it, clear it out, because you kind of get the idea here. Give you one more satisfying pull right here in the middle, maybe. All right, I'm gonna go continue yanking on Pentatophyta. Be back when I've got that cleared out. Maybe give you a different view real quick on kind of what it looks like here. This stuff is just infested everywhere, which is what Pentatophyta does. I want to do a Pentatophyta only aquarium. I think that would be cool. Maybe like half Pentatophyta on one side and like Boost on the other or something like that. But I like the plant, but you can see there, that's the difference between yanking some of it out of there or letting it go crazy. There we go. That is much better. Now you can actually see how much Bucephalandra and little Anubias Nana, I think it's Coin or Nana Mini or Nana Petite or something. Too many Anubias species, but you can see now we have all kinds of beautiful epiphyte plants that we can sit and enjoy instead of just looking at a forest of Pentatophyta. Now don't worry, there's still Pentatophyta in there. Like for example, there's a vine of it right in the middle of your screen. If I pan over there, there you go. It will regrow little shoots or little leaflets, and it will blend in and fit the scale of this aquarium much better. And don't worry about the water level, guys. We're going to fill everything back up here after the maintenance so that I don't spill water all over the place when I stick my arm in there. Bucket view of all of the Pentatophyta that was removed. Quite a substantial amount. You see this dark shadowy area right over here? This giant piece of Alternanthera here does not make the whole aquarium look good. As you can see now that we've opened up and allowed the light to kind of shine over here, how much better the aquarium looks. Not so dark and dismal looking. So we got to get this piece out of here. Not going to take it all the way out. We're just going to chop it like a tree. And to do the chopping, I'm going to use my Hygger curved scissors. They didn't sponsor this video, but they did sponsor the scissors, so I figure I'll give them a shout out, even though it's been about a year since they've done the sponsorship. I still use them pretty much every day to remove giant clumps of stuff like this. Now I am snipping this plant kind of right below the line of sight on the rocks, if that makes sense. So when you're looking at the aquarium, right below the peak of the rocks is where I'm snipping this. And this is with the intent that the plant will grow 2 shoots from where I snipped it and will fill in nicely, right at eye level where I want to be able to view all of its beautiful pinky red glory. There we go. That looks way better. Now, of course, I didn't remove all of it, and even during the maintenance, I do like to hack it back pretty far because then I don't have to do maintenance as often. But you can see I left some beautiful pink leaves kind of poking up right over the horizon of the rock there. You can see the Monte Carlo now that's kind of draping down the rock. That's more interesting to look at. Is that a shrimp that I see there? It is a little shrimp. Look at the little shrimpy. See, I would never have seen him before because it was so overgrown and shadowed. Just looking fantastic. Let me do a little quick zoom in pan around. You can kind of see. Look at all these beautiful Bucephalandra we couldn't see at the beginning of the video. Little tiny Anubias growing there. Just beautiful. All right, I got caught up in a moment there. That's pretty much all the trimming maintenance that I'm going to do. There's a couple of Anubias leaves that have some algae trying to grow on them, like a green dust algae. Just going to snip those 3 off. Those are ones that stand out to me when I'm looking at the aquarium. And speaking of Anubias, don't forget, I somehow pulled a little piece of rock apart here with some Anubias on there. And I think I figured out where it goes. If we zoom in right here, this is like the middle right side of the aquarium. I think this rock slides right down into there. Pretty sure that's where it goes. Yes, it seems to fit there. I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not going to glue it or nothing. Now, for those of you that may be a little confused on how a piece of rock fell apart, when I built this scape, it's actually a bunch of those little pieces glued together to make this mountain scene here. I think it was 62 pieces of stone is actually what I ended up gluing together. So it's not surprising that the super glue failed on a little spot there and I pulled it apart. But like I said, that's pretty much the maintenance done, and that's why I am moving most of my aquariums over to these epiphyte style aquascapes. You don't really have to do anything to them, just enjoy them. Now, if trimming stem plants is your enjoyment, by all means, go ahead and do that. But as I've grown in this hobby, I've realized that I enjoy looking at the aquariums, not working on them. Now, the next thing I want to do is a water change. I think like 60% should be good to go. All the Anubias is purling right now, by the way, because it's actually getting light. That's amazing. I miss watching this aquarium purl. Okay, anyway, sidetracked. I'm going to drain out 60% water and then slowly fill it back up, because right now it's just a bunch of Neocaridina shrimp in there. Once I get it filled back up, I don't want you to leave the video yet because I got something special. We're going to be putting some inhabitants back in this aquarium. Boy, I'm not Englishing very well today, am I? We're going to put some inhabitants that I already have on hand back into this aquarium. Back in? It's not even going back in. Into this aquarium. Jeez, I'm going to move some fish. And the fish we're going to be moving in there is the chili rasboras from the chili bowl. The little chilies here, they are a treat to look at. They have so much personality, the camera will not focus on them. There you go, that's about the best view you're gonna get of the little chili rasboras. I changed some settings on the camera, and now it's kind of trying to focus on them, but whew, really hard fish to focus on. Anyway, where this bowl is located, let me take you off the tripod. It's in my office here, and well, I mean, this is kind of the view I have of it. It's cool. It's, you know, blending in with the rest of the aquariums in this rack here, but I'm just not enjoying the fish as much. They've got great little personalities, and I love feeding them and watching little guys swim around. They interact with me. They see me, and they know I'm going to feed them. So cute little guys, and I want to interact with them some more. So I'd rather have them out here in the living room where I sit and I watch TV. You can see here that these two aquariums, Dragon Valley 1 and Dragon Valley 2, they are on top of each other. Well, you can see. What am I trying to explain it for? I'm going to put the chilies in this Dragon Valley aquascape so that I can interact with them some more and enjoy the fish a little bit better. So I've captured all of the chili rasboras. There are 8 of them here in this specimen container. And as you see, they have been drip acclimating. They're hanging on Dragon Valley 2.0 down here, but they're being drip acclimated from Dragon Valley 1.0. While we are not quite full yet, I'm going to go ahead and raise you guys up and get these chilies in this aquarium. They've been drip acclimating to the current water parameters, and I want to get them in there so that as the water continues to fill up with fresh water, they are acclimating to that water as well, if that makes sense. So let's go ahead and get them in. Alright, it's the next day, and as you can see, I'm pleasantly surprised that the little chilies, they are comfortable enough to be sitting out front and swimming around. Might be able to see a couple of them swimming. There's some shrimp swimming as well. Hard to tell, they're both the same color. But the little chili rasboras seem to be enjoying their new aquarium very much. I was worried that they were going to just hide like all back in here and stuff. And, you know, they do kind of go in and out of there, but they definitely seem happier than in that bowl where they didn't have too much hiding or swimming area. So larger container, and they're definitely happier fish. And that's pretty much going to do it for your update here on Dragon Valley 1.0. I think the chili rasboras are much happier. They got more swim space. The maintenance on the aquarium doesn't take too long, hence the low maintenance setup. And I do believe I'm going to enjoy the aquarium for quite a long time. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'm going to ask you a favor. If this is like your 3rd or 4th video, I don't ask too often, but go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It's obvious you enjoy my content if you've watched a few videos. If you haven't seen any other videos and you want to, you know how to get to those videos. Thanks for your support, guys. I'm gonna leave you with some beautiful cinematics. Enjoy the aquarium, and I'll catch you on the next video.